ain't shit. And everybody gonna talk, well, she won the popular vote. It don't matter. The gubernatorial college is a group of wealthy people's cronies that actually make the decision. See, I wish some of y'all had money. You understand what I'm talking about? Because I'm gonna tell you something. Education without money makes you one thing: stupid. Education without money makes you one thing: stupid. Because I'll tell you why. All you believe is the information presented in front of you. You know why educated people think they're smart? Well, I'm educated, but you know what I mean. Most educated people think they're smart because they understand what they were supposed to understand. Okay, I'm gonna say that again so the smart people can get it. You only understand what you were told or taught to understand. You never look past that because in your mind you have a job, so it what? Works for you. It works for you. That's exactly right. Indoctrinated. You've been indoctrinated. And there is nothing wrong with education because education, but don't stop educating yourself. Once you learn what you've been taught, keep looking. There's something, it's like religion. We get in the Bible and we stop looking for anything God has to say. You got some women that want to, simply because Kamala was a woman, they wanted her to be president. I'm like, oh my God, are you serious? Do you know how diluted, simple, and stupid that is? This woman wasn't saying anything. You being a woman doesn't mean you were going to benefit. Women are already benefiting. Women can do anything they want to and nobody going to stop them. Ain't nobody going to stop women from doing anything. Hey, stop. Who's stopping them? But I am so glad black men, I'm so glad y'all didn't vote for that woman or Trump dumbass. Trump is as dumb as a damn rock. You voting, you wasting a bunch of time. Oh, I'm standing in line. Okay, go ahead. Y'all called D.L. Hughley and asked him for a couple of dollars. They did an entire symposium and summit just to get y'all dumbasses to vote. I ain't voting for nobody ever because it don't matter. The only thing that may help a little bit is voting locally. Voting locally, okay, I get that. But voting for president, a governor, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. What do y'all think the Supreme Court was saying when they said Trump has the ability to acquit his own self? Are all y'all educated motherfuckers? What did you think was gonna happen? The Supreme Court basically told you he was gonna be president. What are y'all use all that energy, but y'all cuss each other out. Y'all don't go to black doctors. Y'all don't go to black barbers anymore. On the world stage, I'm glad you said that. Let me explain something to you. But most of the people who listen to me already know what's going to happen globally, okay? Nothing changes in America. Nothing changes. We still broke. But the difference between Kamala and everyone else and Trump is a legitimate businessman. I ain't saying he's good at business. There's a difference. There's a difference. Trump has already proven I guarantee that Ukraine war gonna stop. And I'm gonna tell you why. The Ukraine war was simply a business decision anyway. And Trump gonna say, stop this shit. We not giving no money to these motherfuckers no more. Even our relationship with Israel, it's gonna keep going, but I guarantee Israel gonna stop doing what they doing. Let me tell y'all something. At Trump's heart, he a bitch. At Trump's heart, he's a bitch. So what happens when a bitch is in office? A bitch says, hey, look, man, this is my life. Putin ain't playing. Putin would bomb our motherfucking ass. This ain't no game. This is real. So I guarantee that shit gonna stop. The Israel thing gonna stop, and the damn Ukraine thing gonna stop. Watch. 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 He too dumb to do anything else. He not sophisticated. But see, here's the thing about it. These are the two choices you had. You had somebody that was gonna be a puppet in Kamala, or you had somebody in Trump that's too dumb to do anything else but what he already know. So you got the lesser of two evils. But I'm telling y'all what to do. Make your money and leave. Make your money and leave. The United States is now a labor state. In other words, I sent you guys something this morning because I've been telling you the whole time. When white people are selling all this land and ranches, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. They moving. You already know, I don't know if you know this or not, but nobody with money lives in the United States. What does that mean, Warren? Okay, you're not talking to people that are sophisticated in business, so simmer down. My money's in Singapore. My money ain't here. I was literally talking to my banker the other day. My money's in Singapore. My money's not here. My money's not in Switzerland. It's in Singapore. Everything I have of value is sitting right there. So if I need to get some money, I connect my bank in the United States to the Singapore bank. So even though I'm here most of the time, I do business here. See, you live where you do business. The assets aren't here because the assets aren't safe here. What does America own? I want anybody out there to tell me what America owns. What does America own? America doesn't even own America anymore. I just told you the ranchers are selling the ranches. Let me explain something to you. You can believe what you want to living in New York City. You can believe whatever you want to living in New York City. Texas owns the United States. Now, anybody who's smart understand exactly what I'm saying. Texas owns everything in the United States. Everything. You can be in Washington and say, oh, Washington runs everything. Yeah, right. All the plastic is chemically made in Texas. All the oil is refined in Texas. You can't bring up Louisiana because Louisiana doesn't own anything. Louisiana literally has sold all their rights offshore and onshore to the chemical plants. They don't own anything. All they are allowed are a few jobs in the refinery. And whatever else the refinery wants to give them. Texas owns Texas. Do you understand? Do you know that Houston is the second largest state with Fortune 500 companies? The only city with more Fortune 500 companies than Houston is New York. And that's changing. The only economy, I said economy, that's bigger than Texas is California. Did y'all know that? Texas GDP, you can put Atlanta in Houston because Georgia's GDP isn't even as big as Houston's GDP. Did you hear me? Texas owns the United States. So here's my point. When Texas starts selling ranches, y'all have no idea. A ranch isn't something you sell. There's enough land in and around any city in the state of Texas that they can buy land to build subdivisions. Y'all still don't get my point. I thought I had a smart crowd. Y'all still, in other words, they selling the land to foreigners. They selling the land to foreigners. And I don't mean one rich guy and this, that. They selling the land to business owners in other countries coming here to own this. Excuse me. The United States is about to become China. What y'all think China is? Everybody working at in a factory and all. That's what Texas is. That's what the United States is about to become. A true labor state. Not a state that is constituted by its labor, but a state that does labor. And if you don't believe me, I live in a community that's all white. You know what I mean? Not like the community I lived in before that was all white. It was all white wealthy people and all white people and Mexicans doing the work, okay, the real labor. Where I live, guess who clean our houses? White women. Guess who are the now the lawn people are Mexican, but guess who are the male people? White people. Guess who do the general maintenance? White people. I'm telling you. When is the last time y'all saw a white person doing work? When is the last time y'all saw white people doing work? If you white and you think Trump is about to change stuff for you, you crazy. You are crazy. If you a poor white person, ain't nothing about to change for you. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Controversially, if y'all think Kamala would have won and anything was going to change for Negroes, you was crazy. The king is dead. Long live the king. I keep telling y'all that, but y'all don't get it. The king is dead. Long live the king. I taught y'all what that meant last night. America will never change. So when you don't change, what happens? You diminish. You diminish. We have no superior processes. We have no superior, contrary to popular understanding, we have no superior military. Come on, man. Y'all young people know what y'all are. Y'all not even hard enough to go to war. Y'all might go to war and take off running. Come on, man, let's stop playing. You know, you got to know who you are. You got these guys, look, man, twerking half of the damn military on TikTok. You learn how to fight from MMA and this shit. Man, look, them Chinese people over there ready to go to war. Them people not playing. They're gonna give you reparations not to leave. Watch. And people will say, well, why wouldn't they want us to leave? One, they've been telling us to leave because Africa gonna be so strong in 2 years. They're gonna be so strong in 2 years. Man, y'all have no idea. Putin and whatever this name is in China, gonna make Africa so strong, it's gonna be, I'm telling you, You guys don't want to listen, but everything I've said has been true. I knew this shit was coming 35 years ago. I'm telling you, get out of here. Don't say anything. Don't go to work chain. Keep working. Get your money and get out of here. I'm trying to see who is this in front of my house. Oh, you got to have dual citizenship. Because America going to be a labor state. I'm still going to do work in America. Shit, I just bought 1,500 acres of land. I can't just leave it. Y'all need to get out of here. If I'm a black person, even if I'm an old black person, I'm going to tell my daughter plan to get out of here. It's going to need to be a mass exodus, because what's going to happen is the work industry in Africa is going to be booming. The work industry in Africa is going to be booming. I'm telling you. You're going to make more money in Africa than you ever. Who do people want to work with? Let's be honest. If you were a black person, forget all the odds that we have. The only reason we had odds is because nobody has any money. Okay, that's the only reason at odds. That's why white people get along, because they got all the money. Okay? So imagine if Africa was like that. Imagine if Africa like, hey, look, man, who they gonna hire first? Come on, brother. Who do you think they gonna hire first? Come on, brother. And you looking like, okay, oh, we got a job. They got welders over there. They paying them $50 an hour. They paying them this, that, and the other. And here's the thing about it. You know how they built Dubai? And they went over to Dubai? And if, you know, some of you may don't understand it, but Dubai basically used slave labor to build Dubai. So when you guys go over to Dubai, they use Indian slaves, they use African slaves, they use poor Asian people, right? Nobody's going to be poor in Africa. Do you understand? Africa is going to essentially take the place of the United States financially. Man, y'all have no idea how smart Putin is. Putin is literally sitting back saying, man, we don't want to rule anybody. All we want to do is work with people. The Chinese guys the same way. He's like, man, we don't want to rule anybody. We don't care who's winning. So imagine that perspective. See, you guys have lived on a perspective with these people, the Europeans and the white folks, that say, hey, we want to be on top. We want to be on top. Everybody got to serve us. So you don't understand any other perspective. Putin is sitting over there saying, we got all this land. We got all these people. Africa has all these assets. We can make money off Africa. We don't have to enslave them or try to enslave them. We don't have to kill them. We don't have to do a coup. We don't have to do any of that. In other words, we don't have to do any of the things the United States and Europe does. All we got to do is do business. So this is the first thing Putin did. Putin said, all the debt Africa owes us, we forgive it. Look it up if you don't believe me. All the debt, we forgive it. We forgive it. Huh? The Africans are like, what are you talking about? The Africans, can I tell y'all something? Africans don't even know what's going on. They don't. They don't know it's going to happen so fast, it's going to blow y'all mind. And y'all going to say Mr. Reed was exactly right. He was exactly right. Let's be honest. I want y'all to be absolutely honest with me. Anybody with any sense, anybody at least 25 to 35 years old and older, do America want to really go to war with China and Russia? I need you to answer that question. Do you really think America want to go to war with China and Russia? So you think they're going to wait? Ain't nobody waiting for you to get ready to go to war. No, they don't. How? Y'all know y'all kids. That's why I gave that age group. Y'all know y'all kids. Y'all kids ain't ready to go to war with them people. So what's going to happen? That's the perspective I give you guys. I give you real perspective. So if China's willing to do business with Africa, all the other Asian countries, Brazil, and all these other places, and Mexico leaves the United States. In other words, Mexico is trying to get away from the United States doing business with them. The state of Mexico, right? What happens? Canada eventually says, look, man, we got to get out of here. Everybody else is with the other side. Everybody's with BRICS. Then America just standing there. What is America going to do? America's going to say, hey, we got to join too. That's my point. 90% of the world is already part of BRICS. Did y'all know that? 95% of the world is already part of BRICS. They're not going to let America control that. NATO is over. NATO is over. This is why Israel started their war. Black people, stop thinking that Israel are God's chosen people. That's all bullshit. That's another lie. They started their war so they'll have somebody in that part of the country that can control things. That's why they're giving them all that money. It's not going to work though. So France is already laying down because Putin has already told them we on Africa's side. Either y'all get out of Africa or we're going to step up in your ass. Man, stop talking about all that bullshit. Everybody know we were the first people here, but that ain't the point. Stop quoting the Bible, for God's sake, you motherfuckers. Stop quoting the Bible. Lord have mercy. Can y'all think without the fucking Bible? Y'all motherfuckers crazy. God damn. Man, let God out the Bible, for God's sake. Stop trying to keep God in the Bible. God is absolutely amazing. He don't need to be in a book. You don't realize that the Bible was given to you or taught to you a certain way to make you elitist. And everybody who talking about God right now broke. Every one of you motherfuckers talking about Satan and Trump Satan and this, man, you don't know what the fuck Satan is. Every one of them, it's like y'all brainwashed, motherfucker. Y'all ain't hurting me because I don't give a fuck what y'all think. Keep your broke ass working at Walmart. Barely paying your bills. Well, I think I got $10. Keep doing that shit. I'm going to serve God. I'm not serving no book. I'm not serving no book. I don't serve no book. So if you don't want to hear that, get your motherfucking ass off here. I don't serve a book. I got up this morning. I'm going to tell you something. When I first started living my life, stopped living my life for the Bible, okay, I thought the presence of God was going to leave me. I thought the presence of God was going to leave me. When the presence of God didn't leave, I already knew I was doing the right thing. I already knew I was doing the right thing. Some of you ain't know what the presence of God is because you only worship a book. You don't know God. So what do you think it means when it says you never knew me? If you serve the Bible, I'm going to tell you who you really serve. White men. So let's get back to business. Okay? The dumbasses can go on about their business. Make money, black people. Everybody listen to me. Make money. Make money. Make something of value. Stop quoting scriptures and make money. Where y'all pastors at that have made all that money off of y'all? Where y'all pastors at? What pastor? Oh, I'm going to see pastor. I'm going to see pastor. You better go see God. You don't follow no man. Not one. You follow God. You don't follow no man. I had one of my mentees ask me last week, Mr. Reed, how do I know? Let me stop talking like a Negro. Mr. Reed, how do I know what God's purpose is for my life? I said, never ask another man that ever again in life. He looked at me. I said, never ask a man that. I said, son, religions are started on the question that you just asked me. Religions are started by asking another man what he's supposed to be doing. You don't ask no man what you're supposed to be doing. You don't ask no man what you're supposed to be doing. You choose and know God gonna be with you. Now, I'm not talking about asking spiritual advice. I'm not talking about asking vocational advice. I'm not talking about asking success advice and entrepreneurial advice and business advice. But when you ask another man, what is my purpose in God? You just being lazy. See, some of you don't want to wait until God speaks. So you want the man to speak for you. Now, all you Bible believers, you're supposed to know that. But when your pastor fall, oh, my pastor didn't fail. Your pastor didn't fall. He fell a long time ago. In other words, fall and fail are two different time periods. You ought to know if you knew God when he fell initially. The church has been teaching men, say you don't want no pussy. It's been teaching women they God. When you go to the church, the pastor says, well, all the responsibility of the family is on the father. Huh? Let me ask all you Bible believers a question. If all the responsibility is on the man, then why was the woman cursed as well? I don't know about y'all, but I got a relationship with God where he's fair. And he's not a liar. You know how people fix up what God says? Well, no, God didn't mean that. He meant this. No, not the God I serve. The God I serve always do exactly what he said I was going to do. He's going to do. I don't. And I don't give God a scapegoat. Oh, no, God, it wasn't you, it was the white guy. Oh, God, it wasn't you, it was the brothers and sisters. Nah, you said you were going to do this. I don't give God no scapegoat because he don't need one. How y'all follow a book with all these scapegoats? The interpretation in the Greek is this, that. I'm like, what? Listen, I grew up in the hood, okay? And all of us can be sitting together, and anybody who understands, remember this, right? All of us can be sitting together in the hood. We having a beer, because we ain't have much else, right? And two guys become at odds. They become at cross purposes, okay? And the one guy says, hey man, shut up. I don't want to talk about that no more. Now y'all know what I'm talking about. When he say shut up, what that mean? Anything after that is consequences. In other words, that statement is what? Absolute. If there's anything beyond that, I'm in your ass. The dude either got two choices. He either gonna shut up or he gonna face the consequence. That's how God is. But God never faces consequences because he always do what he say he gonna do. I don't. And again, that ain't a scapegoat. I don't make excuses for God at all because my God always come through and never says if. What is God saying if for when God is absolute and always correct? The only thing that God doesn't mitigate is your will. You listening to men, women, man, look. Every service that you go to after the first service is an excuse. Every service that you go to after the first service is an excuse. Every man's job and purpose on this planet is to introduce another person to God. In other words, if there's somebody that doesn't know God, you don't give them a scripture, you give them an example of your life. You know what? I remember I was homeless, living across the street from my 7,000 square foot house, sleeping in a park, because I kept leaving God. I was disobedient. So then my mentees asked me this question, Mr. Reed, well, why did you keep leaving God? Because I was listening to the church and I was slain in fear. I thought God wanted me as a slave. I can't do nothing? All these motherfucking rules? And then I had my trauma. So those two things are the reason. Those two things are the reason. If you're afraid to die, you don't know God. So anybody at the sound of my voice who fears death, you don't know God. And I ain't talking about know him in the burden of your sins and if you're going to go to heaven or hell. No, man. I'm talking about that man that walk in your room at 12 o'clock at night and just cuddles you. See, some of y'all don't believe God exists. You just believe he out there somewhere. Girl, I can do whatever. That's why you say, girl, I went to church last night, but I'm going to go fuck my man now. The guy, you mean the guy that's married? You mean the guy that, okay, so you ain't got no rules in your life. I'm going to give y'all something else. And I taught this to people in prison, okay? Do you know how y'all take scriptures? Because I heard these guys talking about God freeing them. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, you know that ain't about you. And the brother like, nah, man, I can take this scripture and this about me. Okay? And this is what I told the brother. I said, I want you to go to Daniel, the 6th chapter. Okay? The brother said, okay, go to Daniel, 6th chapter, short book. I said, in Daniel, the 6th chapter, Daniel was put in prison unjustly. In other words, the sentence did not meet the crime because the crime didn't exist. He didn't do a crime. I say, bro, did you do what they said you did? He said, yeah. I said, well, you're not in here undusted. This don't apply to you. A lot of y'all are applying scripture to your life that is not just. The circumstance is not the same. That's why I tell you, use your own life and your own relationship with God to measure where you are. I wasn't willing to do the work. How I was going to be rich without doing the work? God can't even introduce me to the right people if I won't get out and meet them. Negro, you lazy and you expect God to do all your work? Man, get out of here. God not going to do your work. God's not going to do your work. He will give you favor. He ain't going to do your work. And whatever work it takes to get what you want, you going to have to do it. Listen, my wife thought she worked. Yeah, I'm talking about my own wife. Thought she worked. Oh, I'm working all these hours. I'm like, okay. And I have to tell every once in a while, it take everything you did. I said, what the fuck you think I was doing to become the top minority contractor in Houston? What the fuck I ain't had nothing. I had a raggedy ass truck. I had an office that was so fucking broke down. I had to steal power from CVS across the street. I had to go plug in a damn cord to the backside of the damn to have lights in my office when people came to see me. Come on, man. Some people just talk, and look, and it ain't no knock against her, but most of y'all like that. To be rich and to be wealthy is going to take every motherfucking thing you got. Every thought you have, how you move. Why do y'all think I cord people off? No, man, I can't talk to you unless you talk to me about money. I can't, because I need every deal coming. Every deal coming. I don't play with myself. I like money. And I don't like money in a car. I don't like money in a house. I like money overseas where I can get it. And it has the same value. I like money in land. I like money in businesses. I like money in hotels. I don't like man, that nigga he just drove up in a $500,000 car. He's stupid then. He's stupid. You don't take care of money. Money take care of you. You don't take care of money, but it takes care of you. That's exactly right. But the only purpose in what you do is drawing people to God. Everything you do should draw people to God. Everything you do. But you can't be anything. You can't be anything without accomplishing something. You got to accomplish something. See, look, I got this lady in here talking about, well, you love money. Of course I love money. Everybody love money. Everybody love money. You quoting scriptures again. Everybody love money. Just like all men love pussy. All men love pussy. They don't like it. They love it. You know what I'm saying? All men. If men look, why do you think pastors keep fucking women in the church? Why do you think women keep having men sneak in their damn bedroom when they don't want nobody to see them? Oh, I ain't dating nobody. Well, who is that guy that left your house at 12:30 in the morning? What I don't do is bullshit. So anybody who want to get on here with bullshit, man, get the fuck on. People gonna fuck. People gonna make money. They're gonna do all. What I'm telling you to do is listen to God and how he move. I ain't got to quote no scripture. God gonna tell you when that man ain't right. Oh, no, this dude ain't right. Oh, no, this chick ain't right. And it ain't right because she ain't quoting scriptures. Look, some of the freakiest women I've ever had in my life quote scriptures back and forth. It ain't about that. When you love God, you can see it. When you love God, people don't even want to talk to you. Oh, I don't want to talk to him. All you want to talk about is God and money. In that order. When you love God, people don't want to talk to you. They don't even like you. So all that scripture quoting and all that shit, I've hung out with ministers, big time ministers. They ain't shit. None of them. None of them. If you really want to know God, go to a little bitty ass church. Go to a church way off in the woods somewhere where the pastor ain't got nothing. And you can walk in there and give him $5,000 and he think you done changed his life. Go to that kind of church if y'all real. Y'all motherfuckers ain't real, quoting scriptures. Y'all want to go to a big church where everybody got on a Gucci this and Gucci that. That shit ain't real. That's theater. That's theater. I don't go to churches like that. When me and my wife wake up some mornings and we say we want to go to church, we go to this little bitty church painted purple in the Heights. They don't know us or matter. We just go in, here go $1,000, listen to the sermon and leave. I want to go somewhere where God is. God ain't in them churches. The pastors giving women herpes. Where they do that at? And there's nothing wrong with looking good. There's nothing wrong with having money. Like the lady said, I love money. But at the same time, I know what God has done for me. And it ain't just saved me. Oh, I'm saved. No. It's more than that for me. I told my dad a long time ago, I'll never forget it. My dad said, I'm glad the Lord saved. That's enough for me. I said, Dad, it ain't enough for me. That's not enough for me. I need the Lord involved in everything I do in my life. Everything. Friendships, my personal relationship with my wife, my business relationships, everything. I'm not leaving him out of nothing. You can say whatever you want. Don't never talk to me. Y'all can motherfuckers see me up. Don't talk to him. He gonna talk about God. Okay. Okay. I don't need none of y'all Negroes. All these politicians in Houston ain't never done nothing for me. And I know all of people like, you know Sudden? Of course I know him. He lied on me before. This white boy told him something about me and he believed it because it was convenient for him to believe it. People do what's convenient for them. Y'all don't know that? So when the next time somebody tell you something, are you saying that for your own benefit or is it true? That's why I don't hang around male black men. Like literally, I go places and people whispering, and I finally check this dude, and he like people saying it. I'm like, dude, you're repeating what somebody say that don't even know me because you want to believe it. Because you broke, got a raggedy ass car outside, man, come on. You couldn't even count who I am. I'm going to say that again for anybody. I want y'all to use this one. Next time somebody talking like they know who you are, tell them they can't even count who you are. They can't even count who you are. They can't even count who you are. Smart people know what I'm saying. You have no idea the depth of who I am. You can't. You can't even evaluate it. You can't even reach it. Do you imagine dealing with anyone that has a relationship with God? That's exactly right, brother. You can't quantify me at all. That brother went deep because you don't understand. I understand the verbiage of quantify. It's different than qualifying. Qualifying has prejudice in it. To quantify something is deep. That's actually a word used in calculus. And if you understand calculus all calculus is several different things grouped together. That if you don't understand calculus, you can't arrive at the place at who I am. So you just talking to keep talking. Oh, that Negro it is. But every time I show up, I'm sharp as a motherfucker. I'm wearing shit you can't get it at Neiman's. I'm saying wearing shit you can't get at Gucci. I'm wearing shit you can't get nowhere. Or I knew you had a company. I thought your supplier was this. Yeah, you thought that. My supply everywhere. Turkey, Transylvania, Rome. Man, I get my motherfucking, bruh, you have no idea. I had someone I made some risotto for somebody. And they're like, where did you get this risotto from? And they named a market. Brother, I get my risotto from Italy, straight from Italy. And see, I love risotto like that. Some of you don't even know what risotto is. I love it. I've never done crack, but to me, risotto is crack. Risotto is crack. I'm telling you. If you get it done right, shh. Brother, make money. Don't worry about what nobody say. See, you free now. You ain't got to worry about the Bible. Oh, keep worrying about money. Keep worrying about, you always got to be humble. No, it's teaching you to be scared. Don't be scared.